Well, I've got a few more tips for you for December. I know I've given you some already, but here's a few more. And you may remember, if you're a regular on World Radio Gardening, that I was standing next to this plant. I pointed out that it goes reddish when it gets cold, because in theory it's not 100% hardy. Okay, I'm repeating myself, but what I didn't tell you is what it's called. People call them jasmines. That's because they flower like a jasmine, they smell like a jasmine. Trachelospermum. They are fantastic. They will flower all summer long. Once they get going, you can nearly, I say nearly, treat them like a hedge. You don't, you tuck them in, you tuck them in, you tuck them in, and then just nip the tips out. So there's enough on that. Roses. My dad used to always love picking a few roses for Christmas. And this year is no exception. The frost has damaged some of the roses that have opened. But if they haven't opened, you get a lovely fresh bud. Cut those the week of Christmas, perhaps 3 days in advance. Don't forget, always take the bottom leaves off. They look awful. You can de-spike them if you want to, but not many people do that. Put a little bit of greenery in it. Make it Christmassy. What a table arrangement. Roses from your own garden. However, roses at this time of year can take a bit of a bashing. If they're too tall, just cut them back by about a third. And then we'll talk about the pruning of the roses later on in the season, possibly about March time. That's when I always used to do them, and I'm not going to change from that at all. What else would we be doing? Well, I could say leaves, leaves and leaves. I'm going to, because if you've got leaves on the lawn, it's another reminder, get them off, causes diseases. If you've got fungal infections, perhaps some mushrooms and stuff like that, there's not a lot you can treat them with, but pick them off. Don't just mow over them because you'll spread the spores. Pick them off, and that's the best way to do it. We've looked on World Radio Gardening on how to treat a Christmas tree during the Christmas period, but don't forget at all that your Christmas tree is like a bunch of flowers. Treat it like a bunch of flowers. Don't let the water run out if it's in a container that's got water. Even if it was a potted one, still don't let it run out of water. Feel it. If it's damp like a baby's nappy, they always used to say, leave it alone. If it's dry, it needs water desperately. And more important than all, brighten up your home with a few perhaps nice houseplants. And I always think that a nice lot of flowers at this time of the year looks really good. One of my favorite for Christmas is actually hyacinths. Blue hyacinths, the perfume, you can put it in the kitchen and it will get rid of your cooking smells nearly. Anyway, that's a few tips for December. Be back soon with some more ideas on what you should be doing in the garden. And don't forget, you can catch us on worldradiogardening.com. And if you've got a problem, send an email to us and we'll deal with it. Post at worldradiogardening.com.